Hi, so this video will show you how to download Audacity and then attach the lame library, which will let you record audio and then export it into mp3 format, which is going to be easier to work with on the web. So first of all, you'll take the link that's provided and then choose whether you need the PC or Mac version. I'm going to download the PC version and download the exe file and download. Alright, we see it's downloading here. If you don't see it at the bottom of your browser window, you may want to check your downloads folder. So I'm just going to take a look at my downloads folder, or I could click this right here. So I'm going to click audacity-win and then run. And yes. And I'm going to install in English. And you just have to be very careful when you're installing any sort of software, and I think Audacity may be a little tricky, we'll see. When you're clicking, just make sure that you're not installing toolbars and stuff like that. Audacity is really fantastic software though. So I'm going to click next, next, I'm going to install it in this folder, next, desktop icon, that's fine, next, here, install. Okay. Great. I'm going to click next and I'm going to launch Audacity. Alright, so I've installed Audacity. These are fine. These are just plugins that allow you to have certain sound effects if you need them. I'm going to click OK and OK. So when you launch Audacity, you can actually record. Now, I'm actually using my headset to record, so I'm not sure if this is going to work recording Audacity. I'm using the headset to record this screencast, so let's see what happens when I press record. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's recording audio. I can keep recording, or I can pause if I need to take a look at my notes. I would avoid hitting stop, because if you hit stop, it's going to start recording in a new track. So, which can get, it's fine, but it can get a little confusing because you'll have tracks that sort of pile down your screen and it can be a little confusing. So I would recommend hitting pause, and then when you have gathered your thoughts again, you can click pause again. It will keep recording. When you're done, press stop, and you can save this file. So file, you have some options here, save project or save project as. Let's go ahead and save the project. And you'll see here that there's a notification, and this is actually pretty important. So it's telling you that this is for an Audacity project, not an audio file. So we are going to save our project file so that we can edit it later down the road. I'm going to just save it to the desktop. So this is my example Audacity project. And so far I've saved the Audacity file, but if we take a look at the desktop, you'll see that here is a few different things. So we have example Audacity project and example Audacity project data. So you want to make sure that these files always stay together in the same place. They don't need to be right next to each other in the list, but they do need to be either on the desktop or in a folder together. Because if you separate one from the other, it's sort of like separating a recipe from the ingredients. If you do that, you won't get to eat the food, right? So this is sort of the instructions. These are all the data files that you need. If you save one or the other, it's just not going to, and lose one or the other, it's not going to work. So just keep these together so that you can edit your project at a later time. Now, it's important to note that, this is sort of an uncompressed version of the file, and it's really just a project file, so people can't listen to this unless they have Audacity, but you probably want to export into a format that anybody can listen to. And so in order to do that, you can click File and then Export Audio. Now I'm going to start by just exporting to WAV, and I'm going to save this to my desktop, and this is an output file, so I'm going to type output, save, okay. And I'm going to go take a look at my desktop, and now I should see that example Audacity file project output. example Audacity project output. All right, so here's my file. It's kind of big, 1.7 megabytes. For reference, many emails sort of get annoyed if you attach more than 10 megabytes. Some are okay with 20 and some are okay with 25, but at any rate, this is kind of a big file. It's going to take a long time to download. So while it is a high quality file, I recommend that if you're going to be using these files on the web, that you would create a compressed version. All right, so the problem with that is that Audacity, the default install doesn't come with the converter that allows you to export audio to mp3, which is sort of a standard file format. So you'll see if I click save, it's going to tell me I need this file, which is fine because I have the file over here. So let's go back to the Dropbox window, and in the PC folder, or if you downloaded from the Mac folder, there's a different version of these files. You can click on either of these. I'm just going to download the installer version, the exe, but if you have trouble with this version, you can try the zip file, and that might work better for you. So I'm going to download this, download, and then install, run, yes, next. Again, just be very careful as you're installing this. It should be fine. There's not any sort of issue with installing this particular file. So next, install, finish. Okay, so now let's go back to Audacity. You minimize this, close this. Okay, so file, export audio, mp3, save. Okay. And now it has installed, it's already installed that plugin, so you're now able to download, to export to mp3 files, and I should be able to actually just take a look at my desktop and see my recording. Let's go find it. Here we go. Example, Audacity project mp3. So you'll see the difference, 1.76 megabytes versus 165 kilobytes. So it's definitely worth getting that plugin and converting to mp3. The audio quality is not bad. You probably won't even notice a difference. It really just sort of takes out all of the extra information that people can't hear. So I highly recommend doing that, and I hope this helps.